Baseball fans, welcome to Lexington Town Center Field as we have made the 2025 Intercity League playoffs. This is game one of an Intercity League semifinal between the number 4 seed Melrose Americans and the number 1 seed Lexington Blue Sox. The Melrose Americans enter action as the 4 seed with a record of 16, 11, and 1. They are led by their general manager and field manager, Kevin Burgoyne. The Lexington Blue Sox are the 2025 number 1 seed and regular season champs in the ICL with a current record of 22, 5, and 1. Let's introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Melrose Americans. Leading off, the shortstop, number 19, Pat Costigan. Batting second, the second baseman, number 3, Owen Duggan. Batting third, the extra hitter, number 34, John Jennings. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 20, Ryan Bourgeois. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 10, Chris Klein. Batting sixth, starting in right field, number 29, Aiden Berry. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 18, Ian Libby. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 16, Tad Giardina. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 4, Alex Fernandez. And batting 10th, starting behind the plate, number 39, Nick Giangregorio. On the mound for the Americans, the left-hander, number 22, Alex Parisi. And now the starting lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen. Batting second, the second baseman, number 4, Brendan Jones. Batting third, the third baseman, number 34, Eric Ramirez. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 25, it's Julian Alvarez. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 5, Luis Atiles. Batting sixth, the extra hitter, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 47, Will Norris. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 29, Owen McKiernan. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 21, Luke Maltasea. Batting 10th, starting at first base, number 19, Luke Ward. And on the mound for the Blue Sox, the right-hander, number 40, Chris Wannett. Fans, it's playoff time, so we understand that the games will be high intensity and high tension.
Sam, if that's what you're wondering.
We ask that you enjoy tonight's game under all tenets of good sportsmanship. As a reminder, we defer to the umpiring crew on any and all decisions regarding ejections, and their decisions are final. It's playoff time. Without further ado, let's play ball.
And let's listen to 50% less me at full volume and 100% more of the man you just heard doing the PA. Chris Del Sordo grabbing the broadcast mic for the first time this season.
Feel right at home.
Yeah.
First time tonight, but, you know, in eternity waiting for this moment to happen. Sam, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Blue Sox Nation, pleasure to crisply join you on the call tonight.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about shouting into the internal mic in the middle of a power outage this time.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like it's something about me in the ether. You know I'm there. So now you just can't avoid me. You can't ignore me.
This just in, Chris Del Sordo is God.
You said it.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
Anyways, so the Blue Sox, the number 1 overall seed, taking on the Melrose Americans, who won a barn burner over the Middlesex Expos in the play-in game Friday night, 10-7. There were 3 separate 3-run home runs hit in that game, including the game winner by Chris Klein, who was on one in that game. 3 for 3, a triple shy of the cycle, and only didn't get the triple because he didn't get a 4th plate appearance. So you could not have a much better night in a winner-take-all game than Klein did.
That's such an inter-city league problem to have, too. Like, I was raking, but, you know, 7 innings, I got my 3 at-bats.
7 innings, 10-man batting order,
yes, like, it's nature of the beast.
Well, the Melrose Americans, the Lexington Blue Sox, who Blue Sox won this regular season series 2-1 and played their final 2 games of the season against these Americans. Now with a chance to go best of 3 once again, to see who advances to the Intercity League Championship Series. Chris.
the shortstop, number 19, Pat Costigan.
Pat Costigan will settle into the batter's box for the Americans to get this ball game started. And it's Chris Wannett making the eternal commute from New Haven to take the bump tonight for the Blue Sox, who pitched 3 innings in the resumption of the game on August 5th against the Americans. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 Ks. 8:02 first pitch.
I think about when you have a drive to New Haven, from New Haven that you're used to, right? Like, I wonder what his kind of road trip standards are.
I mean, it's
me and you have some long drives that we get used to come broadcasting.
Yeah,
season,
exactly.
I have a go-to, you know what I mean? A specific energy drink, a specific snack mix. I'm sure Chris, as all pitchers are creatures of superstitions, he got to have something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if you got to drive like 2.5 hours, just to take the bump. 2-1, good start here for Pat Costigan against Wannett. Fouls that one off onto Worthen Road. We have an official broadcast right away.
4 pitches in, and somebody's playing duck and cover out there on Worthen Road.
Wannett went 4-1 the regular season with a .136 and 25 2/3 innings. Allowed 25 hits, 12 runs, 5 of which are earned. Walked 4 and struck out 18. And 3 of his four walks allowed this year. This is on 1 hop to Luke Ward at first. 1 down. 3 of his 4 walks came in his first start of the year against DeAndre Cheese, then allowed 1 walk in his last 22 innings.
Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Owen Duggan.
Slightly different lineup tonight for the Blue Sox, but one thing we've always touted all year long is the depth of the team. While there may be no Nick Anderson in the starting 10 tonight for the Blue Sox, you really don't miss a beat overall. And a guy like Ward, too, like first base has been I don't want to say a revolving door, but there's been a lot of different guys who fill different roles at that position. Luke Ward might be the most balanced of them all.
And so exactly, I would definitely agree with you that he's the most balanced. I think that when Luke Ward came to this team at the beginning of the year, I don't know if he would even say that defense, how about that for Chris? I don't think that he would say that defense would necessarily have been his strong suit, but he's turned into essentially a Gold Glove first baseman for the Blue Sox this year.
The extra hitter, number 34, John Jennings.
Well, nobody,
Sorry, it's a conversation now. It's a 3-way convo.
We don't have a third mic. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't know if you realize this is the pitching matchup from the suspended game.
Same pitching matchup as the suspended game, Parisi versus Wannett. Wannett went 3 innings in that game, as I said, got a no decision. Here is John Jennings, one of the most prolific power hitters in the history of the ICL. Hits a towering fly ball into left field, but that is going to stay up long enough for one Owen McKiernan to haul it in for an easy-peasy 1-2-3-Z for Chris Wannett.
The Blue Sox in the top of the first. No American runs on no hits, no errors, and no Americans runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless. Due up for the Blue Sox, 1, 2, and 3, Vanderzouen, Jones, and Ramirez.
LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the codes and link on the screen and in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. So before Alex Parisi throws his first pitch of this game, here's the full Americans and Blue Sox batting orders, in case you didn't hear them when Chris gave them to you on the PA. Costigan at short, Owen Duggan at second, John Jennings the extra hitter. Ryan Bourgeois, who also had a good game in the play-in game on Fridays, the DH. Chris Klein is at third, Aiden Barry is in right, Ian Libby is at first, Tad Giardina is in left, Alex Fernandez is in center, and Nick Giangregorio rounds out the 10-man batting order for the Americans behind the plate. The Blue Sox will counter with David Vanderzouen in right, Brendan Jones at second, Eric Ramirez at third, Julian Alvarez the DH, Luis Atiles at short, Anderson Jimenez is the EH, Will Norris in center, Owen McKiernan in left, Luke Maltasea behind the plate, and Luke Ward rounding out the 10-man line for the Blue Sox at first. They didn't break up the Lukes for me this time. I mean, the number 10, the kind of guys the Blue Sox have at the bottom of the lineup, though, it's a good problem to have. And as we go to the bottom of the first, Chris,
Well, I have a note on the lineup too, but yeah, I got you with David.
No.
It's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
On the mound for the Americans, the left-hander, number 22, Alex Parisi. Leading off for the Blue Sox, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzauer.
Mrs. Vanderzauer's baby boy to lead things off in the bottom of the first and takes low for ball one from Alex Parisi. Parisi pitched in 14 games in the regular season, was 2-2 with 1 save and a 3.32 ERA in 38 innings. Vanderzauer skies this one to deep right center field. That's carrying a long way. I thought that was going to be a routine fly ball off the bat, but instead it's going to be extra bases for DVZ, and he's got a leadoff triple.
He has turned into just a sure thing up at the top of the order for the Blue Sox, and speed to boost too. That's a hell of a way to start a playoff run.
Yeah,
right
off
there.
the end of the bat, too, opposite way thing. It looks like a routine fly ball, and then keeps carrying. It's a good night to see the ball carry tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
The second baseman, number 4, Brendan Jones.
So here's Jonesy with the first run of the ball game, 90 feet away, and low for ball one by Parisi.
Jonesy's another player who has really upped his own profile over the course of the season. Highly regarded by the Blue Sox, but now just an unmistakable two-hole hitter and a staple in the lineup as the season's progressed.
Curveball in there for a strike. It'll be 1-1, and that looked a little flat, too. That might be something to hunt for the Blue Sox, especially the right-handed power hitters coming up after Jonesy. Flare to center field, and that is going to get down in front of Fernandez for a base hit, and that'll allow DVZ to jog home with the first run of the ball game.
The third baseman, number 34, Eric Ramirez.
Wasting no time whatsoever getting out to an early lead are the Blue Sox. Parisi in the regular season made 2 appearances against the Blue Sox and had a save and 5 2/3 innings, a 2.47 ERA, 5 strikeouts to 1 walk.
Oh, that was a hack right there from Eric.
Pop up down the first base line. Where is it? It landed foul to everybody's right on the American side. They were looking back towards the field of play, and good thing it did land foul rather than.
It's a rough time of day, right, with the color of the sky right now and a ball that high. But that's unfortunate for Melrose because most of the time you see that ball just kind of tail out onto the path and get out of play, and that one would have stayed in play.
Grounder to the left side and past the third baseman, Klein into left for a base hit. Both batters both runners taking aggressive turns past their bases, but get back safely. First and second, 3 straight base hits to begin the ball game for the Blue Sox.
Well, now that there's a timeout, I'll hold for dramatic effect on this one. Hey, 3 straight batters, solid enough contact each at bat right now. You got to be worried about that if you're Kevin Burgoyne here.
Remember, last Monday, the Blue Sox.
Now batting, the designated hitter. It's Jules, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
Last Monday, the Blue Sox got out to one of their patented, 2-out, nobody on big innings.
Yeah, this is new.
but now this is the opposite problem here. And will it be a problem here with Jules at the plate? Right-handed power hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Skies this one into left field. Got under it maybe a bit too much there. Coming in and making the catch is Giardina for the first out. And
that was a great first pitch to swing on right there if you're Jules. Tunneled it up, want your power zone low and in, got to turn on it, just a little underneath.
A little tough luck there for Jules.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the shortstop, number 5, Luis Atiles.
And for all the MVP candidates that have for all the MVP candidates that the Blue Sox have in their lineup, Luis, in terms of leadership, absolutely, if it were just that, he would run away with the award. But his stats didn't really start to, mimic what you would expect from an MVP until the tail end of the season, and he's getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, we have shown up to the ballpark day in and day out, and if you watch this team every game, it's unmistakable the impact that Luis has had. And we, as,
You can say the
arbitrary to
voices of the
team.
Blue Sox.
Okay, thank you. We have to speak on it. And now all of a sudden the numbers are at a spot where you can't ignore it, whoever you are from whatever perspective you're looking at the Blue Sox from. Like that
Down to the
right
left
there.
side, right there. Base hit.
That's
And-
Luis Atiles in a
Oh,
nutshell.
wow. They put the brakes
Oh,
on
no.
Brendan. Oh, no, Eric. Oh, man. Eric was so concerned with trying to take third, assuming that Jonesy was going to come home. And then Rick put the brakes on Jonesy. Eric never saw the stop sign a couple streets ahead, and they're 2 down.
The extra hitter, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
That is a tough break there for the Blue Sox, a huge break there for the Americans. Instead of even bases loaded, 1 out, and maybe no run home, it's now first and third, 2 down. And we talk about how Eric is, few people so visibly love playing the game of baseball and are so good at it. But I hate to say it, but it's a bit of a double-edged sword. He's got like all this energy that he clearly wants to unleash on the ball field, and maybe just a bit too much there.
It's not reckless. It is like rambunctious, I guess, is kind of the energy that he brings out.
Boisterous.
Yeah, like, exactly. And so right there, I don't think. Okay, the thing is we see that Eric runs into a situation where there's a base applied.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing the right thing. I think everybody off the jump on that hit was assuming that Jonesy was going to get sent, and then you go as hard as you can. That's a great play by Parise. Wow.
Wow. And
How about that?
So in an inning where the Blue Sox got 4 hits, they only have 1 run to show for it.
Bottom of the first, 1 run on 4 hits. No Americans errors. 2 runners left on base. We will head to the top of the second inning. Lexington 1, Melrose 0. Due up for the Americans in the top of the second, it's 4, 5, and 6. Bourgeois, Klein, and Berry.
Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team coach, or cancer-stricken broadcaster. More on that in just a moment. Email yours truly for all the deets. And here's the cancer update, as promised in the post before we went live.
Oh, these are my favorite parts of the broadcast.
Oh, God.
It's
How more?
a decent update.
I mean, so I've told y'all, if you haven't been that clued in, that I was diagnosed with Entrex sarcoma, which is a rare but easily treatable form of bone cancer around my right knee back in January, February. And I have surgery to remove the last of it scheduled for this Thursday, which could potentially conflict with the ICL Championship Series, because if both semis end in sweeps, we're going to start the series on Thursday. But the drugs have been working so well that the tumor has been shrunk to a size that is no more than 2 centimeters in any dimension.
Leading off the top of the second inning, designated hitter, number 20, Ryan Bourgeois.
So the tumor has been shrunk so much that it's no more than 2 centimeters in any dimension, and I initially thought I was going to have to be, admitted to MGH through at least Saturday. I could be out on Friday.
Look out, world.
Like they haven't, like they shouldn't have looked out already. Me being
Cancer-free and mobile 2 days earlier than normal?
I mean, I'll be on crutches, but
Isn't it just God, it's like a modern
Here's a chance for
societal-
Ramirez redemption. 1 hop. Well, a good job by Ward to knock it down, keep it in front of him, but leadoff man Bourgeois is aboard, and he was bad and bougie on Friday with a 3-run piece of his own.
The third baseman, number 10, Chris Klein.
phenomenal Migos reference, and we'll do more of those as the night progresses. But what a problem it is to have when the drugs work better than you expect them to.
Yeah, and then you also consider the fact that I almost died of a lung infection that wasn't COVID, at the the climax of the pandemic.
That's
too.
a very Sam
and,
Feely.
and then well, first
That's a way to knock off some of the mojo of somebody who's seeing the ball really well.
I mean,
If it works out.
Yeah, if it works out. But now you got Aiden Berry coming to the bat.
Right fielder, number 29, Aiden Berry.
And Berry, no slouch with the bat. 1 double, 1 triple, 7 ribbies, 13 walks, and 10 steals too. Leading the team in that category. This is a Americans team that had the lowest team batting average in the regular season. The only team to bat under 280, but it wasn't like it was that bad, like 271 or something. But they drew the most walks of any team in the ICL. So, they get on base, they make you earn every single at bat and every single out and every single win or point, whatever you want. Here's a pop-up behind second. Infield fly is called. That carried a while there, but
Jonesy was like, I want to say about 210 feet away from home plate by the time he caught that one.
But that is a huge break for the Blue Sox. There's Sammy Finn, friend of the program, called
now
out number 1.
First baseman, number 18, Ian Libby.
Remember, on an infield fly, it doesn't have to be on the infield to be called.
No, I know. I was worried about Jonesy catching it the way it was pushing him back like that is all. So, thank you, sir.
So, Berry is retired. Here's Libby.
Ooh.
Hit the other way towards the line, and that is going to drop for a foul ball and strike 1. Libby, 229 is batting average of the year, but 506 was his OBP. He had 11 hits and a league-high 26 walks.
Did you say 229 with a 506 OBP? You did say that. Okay.
I did say that.
That's very hard to do. I mean, shout out to Ian. Yeah, good shout. Patience. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah, exactly. like that is the hallmark.
That makes your point about the 271 average.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, 0-1 the count. There's a little pop-up off the handle of the bat.
Oh, that's so smart by Luis.
Oh, my God!
That is so smart by Luis Atiles. That's a veteran play right there with the intentional drop. For the Americans in the top of the second, no runs on 1 hit, no Blue Sox errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 1, the Melrose Americans 0. Due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the second, Norris, McKiernan, and Maltasea.
Again, a guy whose leadership, if that was the lone quality, would run away with MVP. But his numbers coming into at the end of the season really took off. He finished leading the team in OPS, 1143, batting average, 435. Second on the team in OPS, 1143. 1 homer, 15 RBIs, 5 doubles, 11 walks, 7 strikeouts, 6 steals, and 7 at-bats.
And that 1 homer came in the top of the 7th of a tied 2-2 game.
Yep.
People don't – every single time he does something, it's like exactly what the Blue Sox need. And only a player as veteran and as confident in themselves as Luis is going to go, I know I can let this ball drop and field it cleanly, then I'll turn the easiest double play imaginable.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. You want to, like, a question, it's kind of flippant to ask where would the Blue Sox be without Luis Atiles. They'd probably still be towards the top of the ICL.
Yeah, but they were 5-5 through the first 10 games. They've won 18 they've been unbeaten 18 in a row.
4 games ahead of the next closest team. He's the reason why. I'm sorry. Like, I know there's more to it than that, but I welcome in.
When I say LSP has something everyone's since 2011, I, by God, mean it. Sports, live events, pet walking, tech, help parents, and a whole lot more. Thumbtack, Linktree, email. We can proceed to give you what you need.
The bottom of the second for the Blue Sox, the center fielder, number 41, Will Norris.
My highlights of him on the shorts feed have been blowing up. Anyways, 0-1.
I will say he's got a phenomenal social media presence because he runs his own page and then another Boston Youth Baseball page. He actually clipped a little video of me announcing here and the most engagement I've had in a long time. So, Luis, friends help friends, thank you. Shout out to him, yeah.
Will Norris
wearing the people.
Will Norris wearing Dave Ahern's number 41 tonight. He is even in the count 1-1, and now he's ahead in the count 2-1.
My fault.
Yeah, the first pitch was a
you said
foul ball,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's 2-1. Anyways, Norris, McKiernan, and Maltasea due up here in the bottom of the second after You know, Parisi limited the damage in the bottom of the first, and the Blue Sox got out of Dodge in the top of the second. 3-1 is the count to Will Norris. Norris only played in 5 games in the regular season, but made his presence felt. He was 7 for 11 with 3 walks, draws another one there. 1 double, 1 homer, 4 ribbies.
Left fielder, number 28, Owen McKiernan.
So Norris reaches on a leadoff 5-pitch walk, second consecutive inning of the Blue Sox have gotten the leadoff man aboard, and now Owen McKiernan ahead in the count 1-0.
So the point you just made about Will Norris, you can make it about Owen McKiernan too. They haven't played all that much, but every time in the lineup, it's like, oh, I like this guy. I like having him out there, and I love him down towards the bottom of the lineup because of how well he controls the bat. So you might think it's surprising that you get your first game of the playoffs and you see these 2 guys in the lineup, but you don't have Nick Anderson, you don't have Jake McElroy. Well, perfect. You have your depth ready to go.
Yep, McKiernan was 4 for 13 with 6 walks, 1 double, and 4 steals in 4 attempts in 8 games this regular season. Waits out a curveball there, 2-1. Not a bad one to lay off there.
This breaking ball from Parisi, it's either been like the snappiest
or the flattest.
I don't presume to know what they're talking about in that mound visit right there, but I feel like that might be John Gregorio being, hey, listen, if you have it tonight, like, we need it tonight. So
Yeah, exactly.
Give me more of that.
Now, McKiernan did not face the Americans in the regular season. Swing and a miss, 2-2, in case in point. Going to the curveball down and in to the right-handed batter. Maltasea due up next. Inside corner, strike 3 called. 1 down.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the catcher, number 21, Lou Maltasea.
Now, the catcher position, like first base, has been a little bit of a merry-go-round this year for the Blue Sox, but they've gotten good production, and as most of the production, I would especially say, from Maltasea, who had a 1069 OPS in 13 games. He actually only had 18 at-bats in the regular season. He was 5 for 18 with 2 homers, 5 ribbies, and 6 walks to 3 strikeouts.
And last year, and I know you've talked about it in the broadcast before, Sam, but it was, Max Dushny coming out over the course of the playoffs that really allowed the Blue Sox to make it all the way to the final game of the championship series. He was probably the 3rd in a 4-catcher depth chart over the course of the year last year. Kind of a similar story to Luke and his impact this year. Now this curveball's snapping all
Oh
of a
yeah,
sudden.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the more you spam it, the more the batters will see it. Maybe they can get a better read on it next time they have the chance to hammer one. Gets under that one, flares it into left, and that will be caught for out number 2. Maltasea is retired, and it'll be Luke Ward to try and keep the line moving.
The first baseman, number 19, Luke Ward.
Ward /273, 429, 409 with 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 ribby. And a left-on-left matchup here for a chance for Parisi to get out of this one.
If I remember correctly, that 1 ribby was the triple in the middle of the comeback game 2 weeks ago. Blue Sox were down kind of in the 5th inning, and then Luke hit that triple, made it it was 5-2, made it 5-3. So he had his very timely hits when he puts bat to ball.
His 1 RBI was actually against the Expos on June 2nd.
So it must have set the table. You know
Yes,
the play I'm talking about.
the one against the Sabres on the 30th.
Stoneham, yes.
Yep.
They were down in that game. Not surprisingly, any team you can find yourself down to. But it was late in the game before they actually put everything together to get that win.
Absolutely. 2-1 is the count to Luke Ward with Will Norris at second. Game 1, best of 3 ICL semifinals. Just spam circle at this point for all my MLB The Show players. Or what point does the curveball move to X? 2-2, 2 out. Here in the second, runner on second. Foul
Heads.
off over.
Somebody was casually riding their bike on the sidewalk there and was very surprised to see a baseball just actually bounce in front of them. Stopped them dead in their tracks.
He didn't just stop. At least it didn't stop them literally dead.
True.
Is that a sword? He did go around, says Sam Finn. And the side is retired. So the Blue Sox strand the leadoff man at second, and we are through 2.
Left on base.
1-0.
Head to the top of the third inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 1, the Melrose Americans 0. Due up for Melrose in the top of the third, 8, 9, and 10. Jardina, Fernandez, and Jean Gregorio.
The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Longarine, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos or go to Creator Spring for merch. So we go to the top of the third. Both pitchers escaping some nerve-wracking situations in the early going. So at what point do the offenses adjust? If you're the Blue Sox, you saw Parisi, go to the curveball and use that to great effect, especially in that second inning. Do you start sitting on the breaking ball is the question. If you're the Americans against Juana, he's a quick worker. He wants to play the game at his tempo and his alone. Case in point, the quick warm-ups from him. And 8, 9, and 10, 8, 9, and 10 in the Americans' order due up, and Giardina was not ready to go, but Juan it very much is, as Maltese had already thrown the ball down to second, and Sam Finn gonna give Tad an extra moment, get settled, and sure everyone's ready.
Number 16, Tad Jardina.
And it'll be Tad Giardina. So again, Giardina, Fernandez, and Gian Gregorio due up here in the top of the third for the Melrose Americans. And he swings the first pitch, liner into left field, reaching up! Oh, he did not come down with it! Owen McKiernan leaping to try and haul that one in, nearly had it squirted out of his glove just as he made contact with it. And thankfully for the Blue Sox, it only ends up being a single for Giardina.
The center fielder, number 4, Alex Fernandez.
Oh, man, that's
So I know horseshoes only counts in
hating and hand grenades.
What did I say? Yeah, you know what I meant. How about, listen, it's unfortunate that he couldn't squeeze it. The ground that Owen McKiernan just covered to get to that ball, you don't get that out of an everyday left fielder.
No, absolutely not. And, he had a long way to go. There's a lot of room over towards the left field foul line to McKiernan's right now. But anyways, Giardina with the leadoff single, and now Fernandez.
Yeah, I've realized that with Chris Wandon on the mound. It doesn't matter if it's a righty or a lefty in the box for Melrose. They're shading everybody off the left field line towards right field universally. And I don't think of necessarily overpowering velocity when I think of Chris Wandon, but I know he can get it on your hands, and so in that regard it makes sense. But, yeah, a play like that in case, it's tough.
Grounder to short. Atiles underhands to second for one, on to first. Always a tough ask to get Fernandez busting it up the line.
He was moving and making it look effortless.
Yeah, so they get the lead runner, one down.
The catcher, number 39, Nick Jean Gregorio.
So Giardina is retired, 6-4. Again, can't fault the Blue Sox on that one.
Let me say real quick, the Melrose Americans are a announcer's dream with some of these last names. Bourgeois, Giardina, Fernandez, Jean Gregorio. I could do this all day with these guys. Phenomenal roster selection in the last name department for Melrose. Thank you for appreciating that, Katrina. It's the little things.
Gian Gregorio, 231, 313, 385 slash line in the regular season.
What are
That bounces
we doing?
away from Ward. Oh, my goodness. That gets out of play.
I know he's fast, but was he...
I don't know, man. Like with
That's such a problem. I mean, not for the Blue Sox and not for Chris specifically, but with that no fence and just that no man's land of if you get a ball past the first baseman on a pickoff attempt, you get another free base, period. That's tough.
Yeah. Like, that is the nature of the beast. That's something you have to, the risk that you have to accept playing at center one. Obviously, that's not a thing at Morelli. You got the fence there to close things in, but now the tying run scoring position. Up the middle. Barehanded.
Oh, we got him.
Got him. Atiles.
It's Luis's world, man. That ball could not have slowed down anymore.
Now batting the shortstop, number 19, Pat Costigan.
It's not merely the fact that it slowed down. Like that was ticketed basically for wanted, and then it took a turn away from him. So that's the only way you get him at that point if Atiles makes that play. And I will say this about Wanted right now. He is really busting it inside to both sides of the plate.
Yeah.
Like, getting in on the, like, I've kind of maybe 5 so far batted balls off the handles of the bats.
That bat, John Gregorio's bat might have broke on that. It sounded, I mean, it was so in on the hands, yeah.
Well, an 0-2 count now to Pat Costigan, who led off the ball game by grounding out to Luis Atiles. It was a little more routine that time.
All roads back to Luis.
1-2.
That is kind of the nature of a shortstop, though.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be in the middle of it regardless. Yeah. Alex Fernandez at third, representing the tying run, and that is up and away for a ball, 2-2. Now, again, walks are the thing that have turned games in the Americans' favor time and again this year. And from 0-2 to 2-2. Fly ball, breaking ball into left field down the line, but that will land foul.
And there's something about the angle that you and I sit at, and the angle is the perfect angle of directly behind home plate here.
Yeah.
But when you look down the left field line, I always assume, okay, that ball's going to go foul, and then it's like, oh, wait, no, there's a lot of room still for that before we hit the foul line looking that direction.
Yeah, and, you know, the way that the Blue Sox are playing the American Blue Sox outfielders, especially McKiernan, playing the batters, doesn't help. 2-2. Wanted comes set. Fly ball again in on the hands, maybe in a no man's land. Nope, right on cue. Game position, Mrs. Van der Zouwen's baby boy for the out. That retires the side. 2.5 in the books, and the Blue Sox still leading 1-0.
Left on base. We will head to the bottom of the third inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 1, the Melrose Americans 0. Due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the third, 1, 2, and 3. Van der Zouwen, Jones, and Ramirez.
Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. PayPal creators bring LSP37. It tastes great on a cracker. Now, as we go to the bottom of the third, I just want to point out, the way that ball was hit, you know, anything can happen on those pop-ups hit off the handle of the bat. You see the second baseman, Jones, going out there first, and you see the center fielder coming in, Norris, and you worry, this could drop. You know, especially in a playoff game when everybody's a little more on edge. Man, Mrs. Van der Zouwen's baby boy comes in, and it turned out to just be a routine pop. It just had a few more steps to go in the end. So we go to the bottom of the third, and it'll be 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Blue Sox. Van der Zouwen, Jones, and Ramirez. Van der Zouwen led off the ball game with a triple, scored on Jonesy's single in a bottom of the first that looked like it was going to be kind of similar.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Blue Sox, the right fielder, number 46, David Van der Zouwen.
A bottom of the first that looked like it was going to be kind of similar to the game against the Americans last Monday, but 1 run on 4 hits for the Blue Sox in the end. That's the 1 run still in this game. Blue Sox haven't had a hit since Atilis is single in the first. Vanderzoun swings at that one, fouls it off. Going into out. Oh, boy. Yeah,
there's
just
your catch and carry rule, potentially.
Exactly, right at the very end of the grass there, but it bounced and then went out of play. So a long strike for Vanderzoun, and it is 0-2. Parise is going to wait a moment to make sure his fielders are back in position, because talk about a long way to go. Yeah, they had a long way to go there.
Now that this game has kind of settled into the pitcher's duel that I don't know if we expected it to be, but that it's not hard to imagine it being. Wow.
Costigan, what a throw, and the big stretch by Libby at first.
But finishing the point, it just looms large to think of what would happen if Jonesy just scored on that base hit up the middle. Then what happens from there the rest of the half inning and so on and so forth.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Brendan Jones.
Oh, you know, it's just a domino or butterfly effect. You can only imagine how things would have turned out differently. Oh! In the small of the back, Jonesy gets plunked.
It's never fun, but it's different in playoff time when you eat one like that for the team. Got to only be happy that it happened.
Now batting the third baseman, number 34, Eric Ramirez.
All right, here's Easy.
Very nice.
Base hit his first time, but again, thrown out, trying to take third on Atilis' base hit when Jonesy was held up at third. Kind of a last-minute decision, too, but, Jonesy thought he was going to keep running. Then he saw it, came back, and unfortunately Ramirez did not see that part of the play develop. Here's a grounder to third, to second for one, on to first, not in time. So 5-4, Jonesy is retired, Ramirez at first, and now
it's Jules, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
Jules with a fly out to left his first time up. So Eric's now 1 for 2, reaching on that fielder's choice. And, well, we'll see if that tricky area, that is the lack of fence in the out-of-play line first with Eric, a noted base-stealing threat, comes into play here.
Jules is due for an extra base hit right now.
He really is.
And he saw it well in that first at-bat. He got the pitch in his zone, got good barrel to it.
Yeah, just scooped it a bit too much. There goes Ramirez, a swing and a miss, and 1-1 as Eric takes second on the stolen base. And Sammy talking to Jules. Sure.
I think he wanted him to actually exit the box in that situation. Yeah.
Runner goes for third, swing and a miss, throw down, safe.
He was ahead of the throw. It was about the tag there, if he was going to get off the base or not. Yeah.
And now Ramirez needs a moment to. I don't know. Does he have some dirt in his eye or something? But back-to-back steals by Ramirez have him 90 feet away.
It wouldn't be a baseball game if Eric Ramirez's jersey was not covered in dirt by the end of the third inning.
My God.
He appeases us right there.
2-2.
And fighting the good fight, man. You get a wild pitch right here. You get that run back that Eric's rambunctiousness on the base paths might have taken from him. Full circle. I love that. I see. Listen, I'm not the only one thinking about it.
You folks at home couldn't see it there, but Eric was about a third the way down the line as that pitch crossed the plate. So full count to Jules with 2 down. Atilis due up next. Up and away for ball 4. Oh boy, what a time to have Luis come to the plate, huh?
Good point. It's always a good time, but right now, 2 outs. That's Atilis territory.
The shortstop, number 5, Luis Atiles.
Sam, I'm sorry.
Atiles takes on the outside corner, strike 1. Atiles with that singles last time up that resulted in the overrun by Ramirez. 1-1 with Ramirez at third and Alvarez at first. And what was Sammy C griping about this time?
The lights are all on to full capacity at a point that they're not normally all on like this out, and it's like it's harder on the pop-ups right now than it normally is this time of night.
Is he about the scoreboard?
No, the lights.
I mean, we don't control that.
No, I know. He was checking it if we knew. I hope that doesn't come back to bother anyone.
Grounder to short. Underhand to second. And the Blue Sox once again turned away.
For the Blue Sox, in the bottom of the third, no runs on no hits, no Americans errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Lexington Blue Sox 1, Melrose Americans 0. Due up for Melrose in the top of the fourth, 2, 3, and 4. Duggan, Jennings, and Bourgeois.
LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the promo codes and link on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders. But we thank you for your continued support of whatever that was. We go to the top of the fourth. It is going to be 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Americans. Duggan, Jennings, and Bourgeois in a game that's seen the Blue Sox amass 1 run on 4 hits, all 4 hits in the first inning, but also strand 5 runners to this point. The Americans, no runs on 2 hits while stranding 3. And both pitchers doing a good job of getting out of trouble, which they may have created themselves with possible an error or maybe a wild pitch or two, but it's a pitcher's duel that almost wasn't. We were on the precipice of the Blue Sox breaking it open in the bottom of the first. They had 4 hits. All 4 of their hits came in the bottom of the first. They just got 1 run out of it, and Parisi is not allowed a hit since. So here is Duggan, who struck out swinging his first time up. Swings at the first one and fouls it off for strike 1. The other semifinal going on right now, game 1 over at Maplewood. It's for the Dogs. The Bulldogs and the Mad Dogs pop up into shallow left. Attila sprinting out there.
Overran it.
Oh, as long as we're talking about overrunning things.
Too excited there.
Eric's rambunctiousness is rubbing off clearly. I mean, you love to see it in some ways, but not there.
That's a hard play. You can't really
in fairness,
expect it, yeah.
In fairness, but
now batting the extra hitter, number 34, John Jennings.
But can you blame me though for all the plays that he has made tonight
him to
and all
too.
season
Yeah.
long?
I can't blame you in the slightest. I would be wrong to. Like, this guy always scares me, Jennings. And he got a big swing on that first pitch of the at-bat last time.
0-1 is the count to Jennings. Ended up flying out to right for the only 1-2-3 inning of this game so far. Top of the first. On it comes set. Another towering pop-up. This one into center.
I really thought that was an infield pop-up, and that was just, like, got all the way to center field on the hands.
He's that strong.
Strong guy. Strong like bull. The designated hitter, number 20, Ryan Bourgeois.
Bougie with the first base hit for the Americans his first time up, leading off the second, but ended up being stranded. Grounder to third. Ramirez to second for 1.
Good play by Jonesy.
Oh, boy.
That was tough.
I mean, at that point, you're never going to get the double play, but good job by Jonesy to keep his foot on the bag like he's playing first base, basically.
That's tough because, like, the throw, 180 feet across the diamond like that's not a sure thing either. The third baseman, number 10, Chris Klein.
The one upshot of the possibility of Jones not hauling that one in, if is that there are more guys around to back him up. If that play isn't made at first base,
Oh, yeah.
you're a dead duck. So, yeah. 1-0 is the count to Chris Klein, who has plunked his first time up.
If you go across the first and you don't make that play, you have runners at second and third and 1 out. So
Off the end of the bat the other way, foul, 1-1.
Well, I was just about to say before Bourgeois put that ball into play, this would be so fitting for Chris Wannett to allow like a first pitch single, but then 3 more pitches and get himself essentially out of the inning. And he did get technically kind of a double play ball.
Like he really is cut from the same cloth as Matty Karras.
All I've heard about Matt Karras, all I can do is agree, right? It's not
Yeah.
somebody I've seen with my own 2 eyes.
I mean,
but the lure, Matt, if you're listening,
look,
they speak highly about you around these parts.
Well, of course they would. Of course Rick would especially. But if you ever end up working a game at Tabor, ask around for him.
Okay.
Grounder.
Ooh,
Oh!
look what I found.
Inning over, and that was kind of a weird.
For the Americans, in the top of the 4th, no runs on 1 hit. No Blue Sox errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still the Lexington Blue Sox 1, the Melrose Americans 0. Due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the 4th, 6, 7, and 8. Jimenez, Norris, and McKiernan.
If ever it was possible for a comebacker to the mound to take a circuitous route, that was it.
Yeah.
Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or email them or send a message to support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. So as we go to the bottom of the 4th, I was going to say about the other semifinal between the Bulldogs and the Mad Dogs. I mean, we were going to have a new champion this year in the ICL anyways after the Chiefs. Kind of unbelievable that they went 0-8-1 in their final 9, and the Expos got in a situation where they had to win their last 5 to even have a shot, because at that point their fate was still not in their hands. Like one,
It's in the Boston Athletics.
you flip one of the, you even turn one of the Americans Chiefs games into a tie. The Chiefs Expos games into a tie. The Chiefs would have been playing the Americans on Friday. Alas.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Blue Sox, the extra hitter, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
So we're going to have a new champion this year anyways. The Chiefs will be denied their shot at a three-peat. But with the Mad Dogs and the Bulldogs playing in the other semifinal, it ensures that one or both, at least one of the teams in the championship series will be playing for their first ever ICL title.
Oh.
Jimenez smacks this one to left. That gets down all the way to the wall. Jimenez on his way to second, and he's got a leadoff double.
You forget how good of a hitter Anderson Jimenez is just because of some of the seasons some of these other guys are having, and now he's a little bit more lower in the order. What a luxury he is down towards the bottom of the order this year.
Basically playing possum with the lineup card.
Yes. The center fielder, number 41, Will Norris.
Then again, with the guys who are coming up now here in the bottom of the order, Norris and McKiernan and Maltese and Ward, these are guys that, you can forget how good they are just because of the depth that the Blue Sox have and the fact these guys don't play nearly as many games as their talents could indicate they could.
Yes. Especially a Luke Maltese at catcher, too. I know that wasn't one of the names you included, but wow.
Oh, nice bunt off the handle of the bat. Throw to third. Well, there was no force on. And they go to first, and they get nobody. Wait. Oh, my God.
I think so. The first 14 Blue Sox were saying stay, and it was the 15th one that he finally listened to and got back in the nick of time.
My God, Anderson Jimenez, they threw to third to try and get him as the lead runner. It was not a force.
Number 28, Owen McKiernan.
They had to tag him in that play. The Americans didn't. They threw to first, and they realized they weren't going to get it. And then Jimenez was starting to walk back to the dugout. It was not a force. He was not out.
I mean, in his defense, if you hear the play unfold and then no one says anything else, it's not okay, but it's okay because he didn't get out on the play. But that's two flubs, if you will.
Two base running gaffes in this game. I mean, one of
feet away from Rick DeAngelis. He's right there. So I'm sure those two will maybe chat a little bit at this half inning.
I mean, maybe Luis, who's the instructor with the social media presence, can roast the hell out of them tomorrow with the clips. I don't know.
I don't know what direction they're going to take with that. It's all good.
Fouled off. I mean, is it though? Is the question. Like, is it all good? Because
right this second, yes.
Yeah.
Because he's not out, and there's no outs in the inning, and there's 2 runners on.
I mean, there's a time to use a play like. Oh. There's a time to use a play like that as a learning experience. Now is not it.
Not
because
the semifinals?
No. If this has the first couple weeks of the season, that you have the time to internalize it so it can matter longer term. You don't have a whole lot more beyond this.
I like this fight out of McKiernan right now. It's not just like the same pitch he's getting from Parisi. It's something new every time, and he's finding a way to just flip it foul, fight it foul. It's got to feel good, seeing this out of a player that doesn't get in all that much, this down in the order and no outs.
He had a strikeout looking his last time. He's going to bring home the run here on the fielder's choice that retires Norris. Jimenez scores, and somehow, some way, the Blue Sox get another run. It is 2-0.
The catcher, number 21, Luke Maltasea.
Boy, he's going to get all the grief in the world in the dugout from his teammates after that. Anyways, here is McKiernan. I misspoke. It was no, I didn't misspeak. I had the right one. All right, so Norris retired. Jimenez scores. 0-1 is the count to Maltasea. RBI for McKiernan. Popped up foul behind us. 0-2.
Did you have the Will Norris as a fielder's choice or a hit?
It certainly wasn't a hit.
It wasn't a hit.
It very well could have been
okay.
It very well could have been a sacrifice. I'll check with Bruce, but
that's all I needed to know. Sorry, broadcast. That's just a housekeeping question.
Yeah.
Four-legged friends have joined the party,
but not mine.
But the invite's open, Tina.
No, because of the stairs.
It's okay, babe. We're pulling for you. You're gonna figure it out.
Runner goes, pitches outside. One hop throw is not in time.
Is Duggan all right there at second base?
I don't know.
I think he got slid into pretty hard there. Yeah, for a second I couldn't tell if that was just I'm getting my bearings back together, but he's in pain right now, and it's a big bat up at the top of the order for Melrose right now if he's hurt.
Duggan did not play on Friday, and he was the second leading hitter on the Americans at .396 in the regular season.
All right, he's back up on his own feet now, but pretty heavy limp on that left foot. And you could see, I don't know, I was like watching it just organically unfold. McKiernan got up with body language like, Ben, did I really get you like that hard? So it must have been something that he didn't anticipate either. He's not trying to hurt him at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think the Americans want him to stay in the game. I know he wants to stay in the game. So
he's a hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah?
90 Sports Center, baby. All
hey,
right.
we're only 11 weeks away from the Shoresy Winter Classic at the TD Garden.
I never watched it.
I think you'd like it. I do think you'd appreciate it.
Okay. 2-2 is the count.
You like good Canadian things, Sam. Is that fair, or do you like good
Yeah, I do.
Quebec things?
Because
Because I know Quebec isn't the rest of Canada. And I'm not getting political broadcast. That's just,
like they'll tell you that themselves. Like
it's PFK. It's not even KFC there.
I
right?
know,
So
right?
I'm just saying they're not like us, and we're not like Canada.
Onward
And upward.
full count to Maltasea. Off the end of the bat, up the middle. Fielded nicely by Costigan in time, 2 down.
Luke Maltasea, fast for a catcher. Now batting the first baseman, number 19, Luke Ward.
McKiernan at third, 2 down for Ward. Fouls that one off for strike 1. Ward struck out swinging his first time up. Fastball. And we'll cut there, 0-2. Blue Sox extending the lead here with Anderson Jimenez led off the inning with a double. Whoa! Ricochets on a fortunate angle for the Blue Sox, straight back to the catcher. Gian Gregorio maybe has a chance to get him, but when he ricocheted back to our left towards the Blue Sox dugout, no chance.
That's been all season long. You forget about the Blue Sox having a runner on third. You have something like an 0-2 count, and on the waste pitch, you let the run score. That's such like a Rick DeAngelis, I feel like, trademark of just putting yourself in the opportunity to get a run the most efficient way possible. So many wild pitch runs this year.
It's not the Blue Sox throwing the waste pitch to bring the run home, to be fair.
To just take it, actually being aware and, taking the proper secondary lead.
And now Ward skies this one into center field. Dropped in for a base hit to keep the line moving. So clearly not content with the 3-run lead here. We'll turn the lineup over for DVZ.
The right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen.
Coming in nice and clear there, man.
I lost it for a second.
DVZ 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. And a ground out to short his last time up. Oh. It's a foul ball, and it is 0-2 off the knob of his bat. Ward at first after the 2-out single. And after McKiernan scored on a wild pitch to make it 3-0. Curveball squeezed by Gian Gregorio. 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Vanderzowen cannot believe it, but you can believe that the Blue Sox have extended their lead here with 2 runs. The fourth, they're up 3-0 after 4.
Left on base. We head to the top of the 5th inning. The score now, the Lexington Blue Sox 3, the Melrose Americans 0. Due up for the Americans in the top of the 5th, 6, 7, and 8. Berry, Libby, and Giardina.
Advertising opportunities. Oh, wait, we did that one, right? Yeah, we did. The LSP. No, I'm so lost. Yeah, when I say LSP has something for everyone since 2011, I by God mean it. Blah, blah, blah. Thumbtack, Linktree, LSP37. Email yours truly so we can proceed to give you what you need. So, Chris Wannett back out there for inning number 5. Blue Sox extending the lead, giving him a bit more of a cushion as he faces 6, 7, and 8, Barry, Libby, and Giardina. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night, first pitch at 8 o'clock at Morelli Field at Melrose High.
Leading off the top of the 5th, right fielder number 29, Aiden Berry.
The semifinals are best of 3. The championship series is best of 5. Championship series will start Thursday if both semis end in sweeps. Friday, any other outcome. 1-0 is the count to Aiden Berry, who popped up to second his first time up in the second. Popped foul the other way. Ramirez, where does it go? Into the beautiful people of Lexington, Massachusetts for strike 1, 1-1. Blue Sox extending their lead with 2 runs on 2 hits in that bottom of the 4th. 3-0 is our score, game 1 of the ICL semis. Down and away for a ball, it is 2-1.
So Chris Wannett, 42 pitches to get through the first 4 innings.
Economical,
Yeah.
to say the least. That's the longest he's taken between pitches all night.
Thinking the same exact thing, man.
2-2.
Normally he's pretty easy to please. I like that sign. Let's rock with it.
Now,
But he's a thoughtful pitcher, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to assume he has his own game plan that he's using.
And as long as we're going to invoke Matt Karras again, fly ball the other way, but that's going to land foul. There's a point in the playoffs many moons ago where Matty threw a complete game shutout. I think it was definitely under 70. It might have been under 60 pitches.
Under 60.
And the game took an hour, if that.
When you got it, you got it.
I mean, at that point, obviously the other pitcher is shoving too.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, something to get the Greg Maddux seal of approval, right? 2-2 again. Full count.
He's a heck of a left-handed bat to have down in your 6-hole with Aiden Berry.
3-2 from Wannett to Berry. Grounder to the right side and through for a base hit. Well, that was another 3-ball count. It ends up in a base hit, but Wannett still hasn't walked anyone yet. He did hit Klein, but no walks.
The first baseman, number 18, Ian Libby.
And this is a team, the Americans, that drew the most walks in the ICL in the regular season. They drew 156 of them. And in the win against the Expos on Friday, they drew 3. So a team that averages more than 5 walks a game, only 3 in the postseason opener, none here so far in game 1 of the semis. 1-1.
Fans, anybody listening in, if you're planning on coming to Lexington Town Center Field for a game later on in the playoffs right now, the Bugs are at an all-time bad point for the summer, and I should have brought bug spray. Normally I get away with the short short pants. I'm getting eaten alive tonight.
Yeah, you are apparently being offered some bug dope over here.
Asking you shall receive. This is why you put it out into the universe. Thank you so much.
Who needs a press box? You can get room service just by screaming into the void.
This will work for baseball, and it'll work for you.
Me waking up my kid at 5. me waking up my kid at 5 in the morning to go to the batting cages after Juan Soto got 750 million.
It's no good deed goes unpunished, though. Now we're going to completely ransack your bug spray supply. So, cheers.
We are all here for each other. 1-1 is the count with a runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 5th, fouled off 1-2. I mean, this in fairness, this is nothing new. This is just how it is when you have a baseball field constructed on a peat bog.
Yeah. I will say
this entire LHS campus, by the way, is basically on a peat bog.
I think they did great with the space that they had. I
went to theater school and they said use the space.
We had
oh boy, breaking ball was up and away, and Maltaseo was ready to hose Barry, but the ball popped out of his mitt. And so it's 2-2 with a runner in scoring position and a stolen base for Barry.
It's been a pretty temperate summer, pretty nice all year long. Have been wearing long pants every now and then, and I don't know, just today, it finally felt like August today.
Yeah, and it's going to be that way apparently this whole week, too. So 2-2 to Libby. Fly ball into center field. Catch is made. Throw will go on several hops to third, and in safely is Barry with one down.
Now batting for the Americans, the left fielder, number 16, Tad Giardina.
So Libby is now 0 for 2. Here's Giardina, and a base hit his first time up in the third. Grounder the other way. This will get the run home. 2 down. Americans are on the board.
The center fielder, number 4, Alex Fernandez.
Giardina grounds out 4-3, but drives home Barry. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Americans on the board, and with a 2-run deficit, still time. And the top of the order coming around soon. In the 6th, if not sooner, if Fernandez can get started with 2.
Yeah, you're certainly not out of the woods. You never are, but definitely not in this scenario of this ball game here in the top of the
Well, yeah, well, of course you're not out of the woods. You basically are in the woods with the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nice.
Oh. Sammy Finn.
It's a playoff strike zone. It's correct. It's tight.
Liner into left, and that'll be a diving. No, it's not a catch. It gets past McKiernan.
One of the fastest players, too, that you can have. Great job covering out there in center field.
He took a risk, and it didn't pay off. If you just let it one hop to you, that's a base hit. Runners at first. Instead, it's a double.
Now batting for the Americans, the catcher, number 39, Nick John Gregorio.
Sammy C is going to go out and have a word with Chris Wannett and Luke Maltasea, and apparently Eric Ramirez wants to get in on it too. Gian Gregorio with a ground out to short his last time up. The Americans with a leadoff single by Barry, stole second, took third on the flyout by Libby, scored on the ground out by Giardina, and now Fernandez getting it started with 2, double, keep the inning alive, and Gian Gregorio, assuming if Fernandez doesn't get thrown out before Gian Gregorio swings the bat, worst case scenario, you have the top 3 hitters in the lineup due up in the top of the 6th for Melrose. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. There's action behind Wannett in the Blue Sox bullpen. Is that Rhino?
I think it's MOB. It's a lefty.
Oh, Michael? Yeah, well, I mean, is it Obi or is it Rhino? Anyways,
It's neither. It doesn't look like either. I guess it's.
Your mic's drifting a bit, man. Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
No, I didn't. I forgot that it wasn't near me. Sorry.
That's okay.
It is OB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 0-2 is the count to Jan Gregorio. 3-1 is our score. Americans getting on the board for the first time here in this top of the fifth. Check swing did not go. 1-2 is the count. Blue Sox have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the fifth. Jones, Ramirez, and Alvarez. Now the 1-2 to Gene Gregorio. Off the end of the bat to third. Ramirez scoops it and throws on to first for the out.
Come on. That's fun baseball right there. That's what that is. For the Americans in the top of the fifth, 1 run on 2 hits. No Blue Sox errors. 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning, the Lexington Blue Sox 3. The Melrose Americans 1. Due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the fifth, 2, 3, and 4. Jones, Ramirez, and Alvarez.
Yes, sir.
Casavoy pitching.
Casavoy, gotcha.
Gallagher at second.
Good. Thank you. All right, Kevin Burgoyne informing us of some changes for the Blue Sox. For the Americans, rather. Whoopsie. Anyways, so yeah, Jack Gallagher is going to take over at second base for Owen Duggan. That is a killer for the American. I mean, not to take anything away from Gallagher's abilities or anything, but you know, you have the top 3 due up: Koskinen, Duggan, and Jennings, and that could change things considerably, especially if you consider, by the way, that Gallagher is a lefty and Obi's been warming. That could change things potentially.
Attention at the ballpark. We have a pair of substitutions to announce for Melrose. Entering the game and playing second base, number 25, Jack Gallagher. Entering the game to pitch, the right-hander, number 36, Ben Casavoy.
And even though Owen Duggan also bats lefty, he's .396 on the year. Gallagher is .087, 2 for 23. The LSP store is open. Get yourself a DVD or digital copy of most past LSP video broadcasts or one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Email yours truly for game videos or go to Creator Spring for merch. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Gallagher now at second. And the new noodle for the Melrose Americans is Ben Casavoy. Made 9 appearances in the regular season.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Blue Sox, second baseman, number 4, Brendan Jones.
Casavoy was 1-3 in the regular season, and his last loss of the regular season was against the Blue Sox a week ago tonight, when in 2/3 allowed 3 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 4, and struck out nobody. Outside for ball 1 to Jonesy, who is 1 for 1, RBI single in the first, and hit by a pitch in the third. Casavoy gets strike 1 in there. It is 1-1. Casavoy played in 1 game in the postseason last year. That nearly got Jonesy again. Did it get him? Or thought Sammy Steve was asking if it got him, and Sammy Finn, I was motioning.
Dude, I think Jean Gregorio actually just hurt himself trying to run out and have a conversation with Castle.
Oh no! Oh.
So they were kind of like they were joking, and then you saw him kind of double over a little bit, and now
Sammy Finn's going to talk to Jean Gregorio.
Yeah, he saw it too, so that's why he came out there to have a conversation with him, and it's halfway between a smile and a wince right now on Nick Jean Gregorio's face.
Oh, Casavoy, an inning and a third. In 1 appearance against the Chiefs in last year's postseason, 1 walk and 2 Ks, no runs, 1 hit batsman. Grounder to second, fielded nicely. Coming to the game, the
Gallagher
ball finds you. Gallagher,
Looked like he's been there all day.
1 down.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the third baseman, number 34, Eric Ramirez.
Eric 1 for 2 tonight with a couple of steals. Americans getting 1 run back in the top half of this inning. And after a fine defensive play to retire Gian Gregorio for the final out of this top half.
It's funny, you touched on the tension in the atmosphere right now because of this being a playoff game, and we have a lot of fans. Like, there's a big crowd here tonight.
Oh, there really is.
I can still hear everything out of the Blue Sox dugout, and to their credit, it's still pretty light. And it's a 2-run game in the 5th and game 1 of a playoff series. They're having the appropriate amount of fun over there, and I like hearing that. It's dialed, but it's light. Obviously, when you have Sam Steed in the dugout, that helps matters too.
This is the biggest crowd all year, I'm pretty sure. Whoa!
I got it.
Wow. A little bit of a Russian
that walk.
a little bit of a Russian leg sweep on that pitch, but Ramirez is aboard.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 25, Julian Alvarez.
So, Jules.
It's Jules
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
broadcast.
Yes, it is. Got to give the people what they want.
What they need. I need a Jules home run right here.
Blue Sox would need it. Well, I mean, you'll take getting on base any way you can, but you know,
Well,
you need to cash in those runs. And after the Blue Sox had left 5 through the first 3 with just the 1 run, especially the 4 hits, leading to only 1 run in the first, they got to cash in sooner than later.
I tell you what, Casavoy, with Jones the lefty, had no problem putting it over the plate. But he has these right-handed batters here, and it's coming in on him. That's the goal.
Which kind of indicates to me that, you know, he's releasing the ball maybe a bit too early. Runner goes, pitch is high, throw down.
Wow.
Got him. Well, it is 3-0 now to Jules, but the bases are empty with 2 down. In the top of the 6th, it's going to be Costigan, Gallagher, and Jennings due up for the Americans. 3-0 with 2 down to Jules after Ramirez gets caught stealing. 3-1. Second time that Ramirez has been thrown out on the bases, although that play was a little more, planned.
There was more nuance than the first time.
Ball 4, Jules draws his second walk of the ball game.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the shortstop, number 5, Luis Atiles.
Well, let's see if Luis Atiles can remind us all why he's the total package this year for the Blue Sox. Lex Luger, the Blue Sox, right? Yeah,
That'll
there you go.
That'll
Off the end of the bat, the other way into right. Jules will only get to second, though, so it's first and second. Keeps the line moving for Jimenez.
The extra hitter, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. Pinch runner coming in for Jules.
Oh, yeah.
12, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse. All right.
Yep. Attention to the ballpark. We have a pinch runner entering the game. Now running at second base for the Blue Sox, number 12, Jesse McCullough.
So Jules sees his night come to an end 0 for 1 with a couple of walks, and Jesse representing an important insurance run out there at second base. Atiles at first. Jimenez 1 for 2, doubled and scored his last time up. Grounds this one down the third base line. That is a foul ball. Strike 1. Oh, that hugged the line for a bit too long for comfort, right?
That left field line, man, it's dreams and nightmares all in one.
0-1 to AJ. One of 2 extra base hits tonight for the Blue Sox. Swing and a miss. 0-2. If he can get on base, Will Norris would be up next. Down and away for a ball. 1-2. Game 1 of this best of 3 Intercity League semifinals. Game 2 tomorrow night at Morelli. Game 3, if necessary, back here Wednesday. Lifted into right field and caught by Aiden Berry for out number 3.
For the Blue Sox, in the bottom of the 5th, no runs on 1 hit. No Americans errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 6th inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 3, the Melrose Americans 1. Due up for the Americans in the top of the 6th, Costigan, Gallagher, and Jennings.
All right. Metzdorf. All righty. So Dan Metzdorf is going to take over on the mound for the Blue Sox after 5 fine innings from Chris Wannett. And before he does, we'll let you know that if you're down with the sound called LSP, because we know you are, follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership is also available. PayPal and Creator Spring, LSP 37. It's the right thing to do. So Dan Metzdorf, the former MLB draft pick, Wake Forest White Sox farmhand, takes over for the 6th. Metzdorf pitched in 4 games in the regular season, had no decisions. In 4 innings, had a 1.75 ERA, allowing 1 hit, 1 earned run with 2 walks and 9 Ks. He struck out the side in his appearance against the Americans a week ago tonight.
For the Blue Sox, now pitching for Lexington, the left-hander, number 22, Dan Metzdorf.
Now, Metzdorf with the Blue Sox only has a total of 14 combined career innings, regular and postseason. 6 innings in the regular season last year, 4 innings in a game against Andre in the postseason on August 16th of last year. 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. This is his 2nd career postseason appearance with the Blue Sox. As we go to the top of the 6th, it's the top 3 hitters in the Americans order. Costigan, Duggan, but not Duggan no more. We know it's Gallagher and Jennings.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Americans, the shortstop, number 19, Pat Costigan.
Costigan 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a pop-up fly ball to right. And you got Costigan and Gallagher to face 2 lefties to face Metzdorf to start this inning. Fastball in there for strike 1. 5 innings of work for Chris Wannett, allowed 1 run on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Up and away for a ball, 1-0. 1-1 rather. He did not walk a batter. Again, the thing that the Melrose offense did better than anyone else in the ICL, did not walk a batter. Struck out only 1. Atiles, 1 down.
Whew. That's a fast runner too, going up and down those base paths.
And that throw will look great on a baseball card too.
Yes. Now batting for the Americans, the 2nd baseman, number 35, Jack Gallagher.
So here is Gallagher getting his first AB of the game after Duggan exited after that hard slide in the 4th. In there for a strike, 0-1. Duggan finished his night 1 for 2, and now here's Gallagher. Mentioned paying under 100 on the regular season, 0.87. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 2 for 23 with 3 RBIs, no extra base hits, 7 walks though, as
I feel
so many
like-
people do.
So he came in. He was one of the players that had to come in the resumption of the postponed game last week, and maybe he was a couple of plays he made in the field, but I definitely feel like he put his imprint on that game a little bit.
Yeah, the Americans had a chance to win that one too. 1-2 is the count. Metzdorf winds and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. And to get those 2 to begin the inning is mission critical when you got
The
Jennings
extra
coming up.
hitter, number 34, John Jennings.
So you got a right-handed power bat coming up against the lefty, but with nobody on, the worst he can do is cut the lead to 1.
What I was going to say, it's nice actually getting to watch Dan Metzdorf pitch. It's a name that you're always so happy to know is on the roster, but it just doesn't feel like it's been necessary in the way that some of the games have unfolded. And now, cool, high leverage, line up with some good lefty hitters in there, and now we get to see Metzdorf sling it a little bit.
Metzdorf ahead of Jennings 0-1, who is 0 for 2 tonight, is Jennings, with 2 flyouts to right and to center. This is a pop-up, and Atiles has it for the out. That retires the side. Easy peasy 1-2-3-zy
For the Americans,
for Dan
at the top
Metzdorf.
of the 6, no runs on no hits, no Blue Sox errors, no runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 3, the Melrose Americans 1. Due up for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the 6th, Jimenez, Norris, and McKiernan.
Is it Jimenez due
I
up,
don't
or
know
is
if
it?
that's right.
I think
have it
it's
written down.
No, I
Just
think it's
trusting my
Norris.
instinct.
Let me just make sure of
Did
that.
Norris not get the last out of the? No, he didn't. It's Norris, McKiernan, Maltese.
Yep, yep. We got it. We're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just actually replaying the inning right now just to make sure. Make double dang dog sure. That's the thing the kids say, right? Anyways,
Norris, yeah.
yeah. Norris, wearing David Hearn's number 41, is due up next. All right. Before we go to the
Fast.
bottom of the 6th, let you know, LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in cards. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is.
Fielder, number 41, Will Norris.
So it is, in fact, Norris, McKiernan, and Maltasea due up. And that was the pop-up into right. That was the final out of the bottom of the 5th off the bat of Jimenez. So 1-0 is the count to Will Norris. 1-1. Norris, McKiernan, and Maltasea due up. Norris 0 for 1, a walk in the 2nd, reach on a fielder's choice in the 4th. 2-1. Go ahead, Chris.
A bit of a welcome to the Intercity League moment if you're the Americans. Hey, scrapping in there in a semifinal game against the Blue Sox, you had to go 5 tough against Chris Wannett. Then it's Metzdorf, the White Sox, on the hold in the 6th, and O'Rourke, the Red Sox, getting ready to close you out in the 7th.
The Twin and the Met.
The twin, my apologies. Yeah. Wait a minute. Wasn't Dan in the White Sox system?
He was in the system, yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, my apologies. That's got a base hit there for Norris. I didn't know that he actually made the Mets. Dan, my apologies.
No. Metzdorf was drafted by the White Sox.
Yeah.
He was in the. I don't think. I'm saying O'Rourke pitched for the Twins and the Mets.
Oh, my fault. Okay, I thought that you were saying Metzdorf was the. Got it.
Do the thing. Well, actually, after this pitch. Well, the sac fly works out in the end. Does a pop-up for sac bunt. Kind of a sac fly.
Now batting the catcher,
number 21, Luke Maltasea.
McKiernan lays down the bunt and thankfully it got down there with a pop-up off the bat. You worry that will be for naught, but Maltasea will now come to bat with Norris in scoring position and one down. The Blue Sox looking for an insurance run here. Maltasea looking to get his first base hit of the ball game. 0 for 2. Fly out to left and ground out to short. 1-0. I mean, you should have been here for the Manny Del Carmen years, though. Like, when you have former major leaguers come into this league, you get to learn a lot of things about their careers that you might not have known otherwise if you had watched them on TV while they were in the majors. Because some of these guys will be thrust into hitting. The pitchers especially will be thrust into hitting roles. Ryan O'Rourke had an OPS of over 900 his first year with the Blue Sox, in addition to being an absolute horse on the mound. Grounder to the left side. That's going to freeze Norris at second. 2 down.
The first baseman, number 19, Luke Ward.
Manny Del Carmen also had some decent numbers for a mostly American League pitcher, reliever at that.
Everybody wants to play in that league where you can be a formidable hitter. It really truly is one of the great human experience thrills, putting bat to ball in a baseball game or a softball game or a wiffle ball game. Want to swing.
1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Ward 1 for 2. Base hit his last time up.
So it counts 1-1.
1-1.
1-1, right?
Yeah, I said one. I said
no,
one.
you said it. The scoreboard. I pressed strike. Now it's 1-2, and now the scoreboard says 1-2.
In the top of the 7th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Americans. Bourgeois, Klein, and Barry, the meat of the Americans' order. Curveball up and away, 2-2. Norris with the leadoff single, sacrificed over to second, but was frozen there on the ground out off the bat of Maltasea. A payoff pitch forthcoming to Luke Ward. Popped up behind short, and it's caught, backpedaling into shallow left Costigan for the out that retires the side.
On one hit. No Americans errors, one runner left on base. We will head to the top of the 7th inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 3, the Melrose Americans 1. Due up for Melrose in the top of the 7th, 4, 5, and 6, Bourgeois, Klein, and Berry.
Top of the 7th, closing time for the Blue Sox, and Mr. Metzdorf going back out there. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. But one of the funny things you can learn about players, coming to the ICL after their professional tenures are over, sometimes you learn that, oh, wait a minute, maybe Manny Del Carmen actually does have some big league batting experience. You pull up,
and then you look it up. Then you pull it up, right?
And then you realize, well, I mean, there's a reason he was a reliever, right? So you bring up Manny Del Carmen's time on a profile on Baseball Reference, and he actually finished his major league career, with the Colorado Rockies in 2010. And he had one at bat in his major league career. It was in 2010 with the Rockies, and I'll give you one guess as to what he did with it.
Struck out.
Yes. And they just turned that frustration out on the around on the Intercity League for a few years. Whatever works for you, man.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Americans, the designated hitter, number 20, Ryan Bourgeois.
Kind of funny, though, to think about Manny finishing his Major League career with the Rockies, and that's the team the Red Sox defeated to get him his World Series ring. Anyways,
that's awesome, actually.
Bougie leading things off here in a 2-run ball game, top of the 7th, and Metzdorf gets strike 1. Bougie with a single and reaching on fielder's choice. His first 2 times up. Blue Sox 3 defensive outs away from a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Metzdorf's cutter was particularly impressive in the AB against Jennings. Got in under his hands for the first pitch, and what were you supposed to do from there, right? Good morning, good afternoon.
He
just drove.
See, I thought Luke held onto it too, and then I saw it trickle.
Boy.
Yeah. Hey, Metzdorf though, putting it right where you need to. Here it is. Hit it. Run it back.
Yep. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
The third baseman, number 10, Chris Klein.
Here's Klein, 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the second, and that circuitous route comebacker to won it in the 4th. We'd love to have a repeat performance of his game against the Expos on Friday, but it's been neutralized here. That was a 10-7 barn burner on Friday. Much different game here. In fairness, though, the way the bottom of the first start for the Blue Sox, it looked like it could have been another game in that vein. Blue Sox only got 1 run in the bottom of the first on 4 hits.
1 run on 4 hits, crazy.
But they put that in the rearview mirror. They're up 3-1 here. Whopper of a curveball there.
Aesthetically pleasing on that curveball.
1-2. 12-6, baby. And time granted to Klein.
He didn't need to do this, but he offered up to the umpire, like, I called time because these gnats are, like, eating me, and I respect that. Like, we're out here. Nice to know that I'm not the only Chris.
Somewhere Jabba Chamberlain is out there watching. Why couldn't I get that? You were on the mound, bub. Oh, come on, Chris. No. Nah, yeah. Well, hey, it veers off just as much as we think something down the line does.
Yeah.
1-2 still to Klein.
I would have robbed it right over the first fence. That would have been the goal.
Do your Mike Trout impression. Whew. Just a hair out in front of that one. Klein with a laser beam down the line, but foul. We'll do it again at 1-2.
I am Mike Trout. We're both Eagles fans. Not on
and
steroids.
I am Marie of Romania.
That's 2. I'll come up with more in a second. I'm the Mike Trout of color commentary, public address announcing, DJ, scoreboard operating combo. I put a line ask for
you have your own 5 tools.
Thank you, Sam. And now it's set on air. Chris Del Sordo, 5-tool player? 5-tool contributor?
Onward.
5-tool athlete. We'll take it.
Athlete. Okay, then what does that make?
I was good at sports when I was younger. I just wasn't in shape. Now that I'm like doing this whole gym thing, I feel like I did miss the boat on like playing
now you're in
sports.
shape, but you're not good at sports.
Yeah. I can putz my way through a pickup basketball game, okay. But that's probably about it at this point, yeah.
Just a corner 3 merchant?
No. I play basketball. I don't just stand on the floor.
Good battle.
Top Golf hates to see me coming, I will say. That's doing every white guy in his 30s transition into really actually enjoying golf. Didn't think it would happen, and here we are. Yeah, I know. I know you're disappointed in me. But if anyone else is listening, you want to get 18 in, I'm down.
1-2 again, decline.
I've hit 100 twice. I haven't broken it yet. So that's where I'm at in my golf game.
1-2 again, decline. At some point, I think he's just doing this to allow this conversation to continue.
I do. I know. Once I mentioned that I'm not the only Chris getting eaten alive by bugs out here.
That earned you some Chris.
I tried to open up.
That earned you some Chris rewards points.
Yes. 10 was my baseball number, too, so huge fan of Chris Klein's approach.
I mean, these are the kind of bats you have to have in a playoff game.
Yeah.
In a short series, you have that much less room for error. Liner. Oh.
Little deke.
That's the kind of play that you'd expect Ward to make in his sleep. Like a liner right, at his eye level. You think he'd be able to reach up and haul that one in. 'Twas not to be, and the tying run is coming to the plate.
The right fielder, number 29, Aiden Berry.
So Klein picks up the base hit, his first of the night.
You probably have slightly better angle than me. I think that ball was a bit further away from Ward than maybe it would have looked like from our vantage point. But I don't need to be giving him the benefit of the doubt if he doesn't deserve it, but I think maybe that's what happened there.
Oh! Sammy Finn.
That one's going to be a minute, yeah. I couldn't have caught Sam more flush than that.
This is the price you pay for being too impartial to remain a baseball player, instead becoming a baseball umpire. That was his Joker origin story. Thank you, Jeff Vigers. Basically, Vigsy had taken a pitch for strike 3 that he didn't think was strike 3 and looked to Sammy for backup, and Sammy said, "No, that was probably." That looked pretty good, and it was that moment Sammy told me.
So he just said to Luke and to Aiden Berry, he's like, "That one's gonna hurt tomorrow."
Yeah,
I love that.
Hey,
didn't you say he basically realized he was too impartial?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And that interaction with Vigsy was the one that really made that settle in. Oh, and 2.
I guess I'm not the only public address announcer.
No,
in these parts.
we got the pool down there, closing in 15 minutes.
This is a magical night for a pool. If you live in Lexington and you were swimming in this is what summer nights and summer memories are for.
Strike 3 called.
And that's what playoff baseball memories are for, right there.
2 down. Metzdorf's third strikeout.
The first baseman, number 18, Ian Libby.
And the Americans down to their final out of game 1 in the person of Ian Libby, who fell victim to a pickoff attempt at first, not in time.
What a way if that could have ended it.
I mean, I was about to say that he had fallen victim to another trick out of Luis Atiles' bag for the double play that ended the second. That was another magic trick nearly. Broken backgrounder right back to Metzdorf, and Ward steps on first, and the ball game is over.
Final score, the Lexington Blue Sox 3, the Melrose Americans 1. With the win, it's the Blue Sox taking a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3-game series. The win goes to Chris Wannen. The loss suffered by Alex Parisi, and the 2-inning save to Dan Metzdorf. Time of game, 1 hour, 44 minutes.
Want it with the dub. Parisi takes the L. 2-inning save for Metzdorf. 1 hit, 3 Ks, and a broken bat to end the game on the comebacker. And this is about as much of a blowout that you could call a 3-1 game, because the one time that the Americans even sniffed a bit of a comeback, just the one run, and it was nothing more than that. And Dan Metzdorf putting that one to bed with a 2-inning save, and the Americans fall to the Blue Sox, and the Blue Sox take a 1-0 series lead with a chance to close things out tomorrow night at Morelli.
You can see it's like equal parts like smiles of relief that they did get the win, and hey, we know what we're doing. We're the Blue Sox and it's playoff time.
Yep, well, the Blue Sox hoping to get back to the ICL Championship Series, and more importantly, get back to their status as ICL champions. Haven't been able to do that since 2021. I know, good problem to have, but this is an organization that expects to win. That expects to win, but they also don't expect to be handed to them, and they are really, putting everything together in a way that I haven't seen since the last championship team. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night, Game 2, if the Blue Sox will sweep their way to the finals, or if it's Game 3 back here tomorrow night, back here Wednesday night, 8 o'clock first pitch.
So essentially, I'll either see you on Wednesday, or we may not see each other for a decent bit.
I mean, you can always show up to the games if you just to, if you want.
Well, no, I'm just saying for after then Thursday. That's why I was saying it like that, right?
I mean, look.
If you get yourself here, we'll make it work.
Here's the thing. There is a non-zero possibility that if the finals is Blue Sox versus Bulldogs, we may have the finals here. Nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out, and we hope you fine folks will figure out how to tune in for Game 2 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch at Morelli. The Blue Sox look to wrap up the 2-game sweep of the Americans, where the Americans look to force a decisive third game Wednesday night back here at LHS. Final thoughts, Chris?
It was a pleasure to actually join the team and be on the air here. This is a classic Blue Sox win. Kept everything in front of you. You make some mistakes. You quickly move on from some mistakes. It's a 3-1 win. It feels like a 3-1 win, and it feels like a good way to get a playoff run started.
So with that said, there's been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone since 2011, copyright 2025. Unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Blue Sox or LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that if you want to support future LSP content, you can buy shipping shields using the codes and link on the screen and in the description. Sponsor future content for as low as $25 a spot. Hire us to work your next live event or whatever else we can do for you on any given day. Buy some of this fabulous merchandise from the LSP store, game videos, by emailing yours truly. And, of course, if you're down with the sound called LSP, we know you are. We know Milberg is. We know Chris is. We know Katrina is. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube, PayPal, Creative Spring, LSP37. Once again, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch, the Blue Sox and the Americans at Morelli Field.
Before you throw it to your send-off, because it's awesome and I don't want to cut the last word from you, to my family in Costa Rica, my Uncle Barney, my Aunt Jorgelina, my cousins Noah and Kaya, I love you guys. Pura vida.
So
I don't think you had a Costa Rica shout-out planned on LSP tonight.
I did not.
Pura vida.
I did not.
Playa Avellanas, Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Shout-out to my cousins.
Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 3 and the Melrose Americans 1. The Blue Sox take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 ICL semifinals. For Chris Del Sordo and the entire Del Sordo family in Costa Rica, and all my very rowdy friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feeler, reminding you forever and always, freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in. Fresh for 2025. Suck.